Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Zakia Istiqomah as the first speaker from the Prime Minister team, and this is my second speaker, Ristan TS. So, today's motion is this House would heavily sentence fake news authors and the buzzers. But before we go to the case, we need to know what about the heavily sentence and then the fake news authors and then the buzzers. You know that these fake news authors, that write or that create the fake news, or it means that the fake news is the news that there is no the real proof and there is no the real from this news is come from our. It means that the sources of this news. So and the buzzer is actually this buzzer is come from the expert one. Is for example the one is expert in the political or it means that this one is expert in the social aspect, and then this one can be expert in the economic aspect. But there is the two type of buzzer. The first is negative buzzers and then positive buzzers. In this case, we will going talking about the negative buzzers. The negative buzzers, that the one who share the news, the positive news to the others. So it will can make the people more open-minded because this news is positive. And this negative buzzers is the buzzer who share this fake news from these fake news authors. So in this case we are going to talking about the negative buzzers. We know that. Let's come to the issue behind the motion. We know that in Indonesia have Perpu or Constitution in the number 19 in 1999. There is the Constitution or Perpu ITE that include of this fake news, and then there is not enough to solve this fake news authors or the spread of this fake news and then the spread of this negative buzzers. So that's why we need to give the heavily sentence. It's to force them to suppress, or maybe it means that these fake news authors and buzzer can be stopped, not only suppressed, but it means that these fake news authors and this buzzer should be stopped because of, and that is how this heavily sentence is work. So that's what. Let's come. I am as the first speaker. I will elaborate about the urgency, and then my second speaker will continue about the mechanism and then the positive impact of this heavily sentence. So let's come to my case. I will talking about this urgency in the two point of view. For the first is in the political point of view and in the social point of view. For the first, let's go to the political point of view. These fake news authors these buzzers can make the increasing number of the conflict in the social media in Indonesia. We know that the social media is the easy way to share everything, right? So that's why this social media can make fake news authors and buzzers share their fake news easily. So that's why it will bring the bad impact for the government in the political point of view. That's why this news, of course, for example, this news is included of the government news or the government policy and etc. For example, there is from the CNN, there is a Twitter account. The name is Bill Ray 2019. In this Twitter account, he write about the Jokowi don't have the electability to handle this country, and then that's why Jokowi make a bad policy. For example, there is Jokowi kills the KPK. So where is the real proof? Because where is the real proof from this statement? Of course, we know that there is no real proof, but this fake news will be read by all of the citizens in Indonesia that have a social media. So that's why Jokowi is our president. So because of this fake news, his name will be bad in the society because of this buzzer and this fake news hoaxes work in the social media. So that's why it is important to give the heavily sentence from the fake news authors and the buzzers. So the second is we're going to talking about the social point of view. We know that it will increasing this fake news authors and the buzzer, increasing the number of riots and hostility in the society. That's why, because of this fake news, and then the buzzer share this fake news, the society will less believe to the government, and then they will not sure with the government, because this fake news is include of the bad roles of the government itself. So that's how these fake news authors and the buzzer will spread this fake news in the social media. That there is in this case there is between the cebong and kampret. As we know that there is cebong and kampret is the groups of Prabowo and Jokowi's policy in the choosing of the presidents in 2019. In this case, there is a cebong where in Lampung, in Kota Bintang, in the Stadion Sukung, there is a cebong where throwing stones to the kampret groups because after they read the fake news about their coalition. So that's why it will make a riot and hostility in the society. There is a spirit of the citizens. For example, there is cebong and kampret itself. So that's why what is the effect from the society? There is a contradiction between one and another that can create the spirit of citizen, and it is irrelevant with our Bhinneka Tunggal Ika. So that's why this people sentence should be given to the fake news authors and buzzers. Thank you.